Welcome back, legends. It is me, Mr. Muppet. DICE has finally started rolling the ball, and many questions are now rising. I will discuss the topics on which we have no info yet, but are still very important to make a successful game. The trailers for Battlefield 2042 are winning hearts all over the world. A lot of people want a Battle Royale mode, but is that really important right now? What about cheaters, AI bots, matchmaking, and a testing environment? I think these topics should be openly discussed with DICE. In this video I will go through all of them. And for those of you who are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you like my video. Of course I would prefer to see a Battle Royale mode done right. And if anybody can pull it off, it's DICE. Unfortunately, the developers claim that the new game doesn't have a Battle Royale mode. However, they were talking about a redacted mode called Hazard Zone. Hazard Zone is explained as a high-stakes squad-based experience with high-tension moments for sweaty palm plays. A lot of people instantly thought of the game Escape from Tarkov. However, in Battlefield, that setting makes no sense to me. I think Battlefield is not the place or game to collect loot. And playing Escape from Tarkov without loot would be a whole different experience. What would make sense to me is a mode like Resurgence from Warzone. This is not a Battle Royale, but is very much alike. Resurgence is played in squads and can bring extremely high tension moments. There's a picture of Hazard mode which shows a satellite dropping in the middle of nowhere, and that is probably an objective. Another high tension squad mode could be DICE's version of King of the Hill. Every satellite has to be captured for a certain time before another satellite drops. In the end, the squad with the most time near the satellite would be the winner. This would mean serious cooperation in tense battles as you fight multiple squads at the same time. What are your thoughts on Hazard Zone? A big concern I have for Battlefield 2042 is the stability of the game. We all remembered how Battlefield 5 was plagued with bugs. Battlefield 4 introduced a community testing environment, or CTE. Battlefield 1 still had a CTE, but for some reason Battlefield 5 did not. We might conclude from this that Battlefield 5 was so buggy because of the lack of CTE servers. These CTE servers allow players to voluntarily play in servers for the upcoming build. DICE can collect information from testing and players can report bugs. This way, the stable release will have the most bugs squashed out on release. The only problem with a CTE is that you will be able to see videos on the upcoming experimental release. Now this might spoil some surprises in coming updates, but to me that is a small price to pay for a stable game. If DICE does not bring up a CTE, we will probably not see this feature for Battlefield 2042. With the new weather elements, the giant maps, the different specialists and much more new features and additions, I would say that it's almost mandatory for DICE to enable CTE servers. Moving on to matchmaking. Now it might be too soon to talk about this feature, but with more players it will be harder to balance the game, and I would love for DICE to explain something on how they will balance the game. Balancing isn't only about putting equally skilled players against each other. Of course it's a big part of it, but there are other scenarios to think about as well. What will happen if a player leaves, for example, and what if a full squad leaves? Thinking back on other Battlefield games, I disliked switching to the losing team so much. And the problem with leavers is that they always leave the losing team. Questions that cross my mind are, will DICE fill up those spots with joining players, or will they fill it up with players from the opposing side? What if I'm in a squad with my friends, will it split us up? Can an imbalance be solved by switching a full squad to the other side? Maybe these are considered minor issues, but the worst thing that can happen when you want to play with a friend is being switched to the other side. Hopefully, DICE will make some adjustments on this. And now, for the topic of the day, cheating. Cheating has not been addressed by DICE so far, which is a major problem in my opinion. Recently, there has been news about hackers stealing software from DICE, and they hit the jackpot. The hackers have taken the full Frostbite engine. And with the Frostbite engine, it is much easier to create cheats in-game. DICE has not responded so far, and the problem with cheaters is that at the moment there are no cheaters. My guess is that it's not a priority right now, which it absolutely should be according to me. However, DICE is in the middle of a giant marketing campaign which seems to be taking over the world. Besides that, they have plenty of work to do in development and testing, which has the highest priority as of now, understandably. But on their website there's absolutely no mention of fighting cheaters. And them not addressing it means to me that they are not doing a whole lot to fight future cheaters. Everybody knows that other games constantly lose players due to cheaters. I hope that cheating is somewhere on their agenda, otherwise this could have massive consequences. I want to discuss meta as well. I always like that you can hop into Battlefield without worrying too much about weapons. But we have been introduced to specialists that have certain skill sets which could be considered overpowered compared to other specialists. I am absolutely not in favor of anything being overpowered, because this is almost forcing you to play a certain class or weapon in order to make the game seem fair. In Warzone this was one of the main reasons I stopped playing. I just didn't feel the need to grind for a new weapon every time an update was released. However, bringing the kill time down 100 or 200 milliseconds is a big deal. Being able to reach difficult or even unreachable places for other specialists makes me think twice about gadgets, such as the grappling hook. Questions pop into my mind. Will it be overpowered? Are there going to be 128 swinging webs or McKays in every server? And what about almost invisible skins? Do I have to level my sidearms to level 50 to get akimbo pistols unlocked? Let's just hope that DICE is already streets ahead of us. And last but not least are AI bots. Now this is a very welcome feature to many people, and for the players that don't like it, they don't even have to deal with it at all. A lot of people might enjoy playing bots, and some people just want an easier game. For those people, there are bots only matches, where you can even fight bots with your friends. There are mixed matches too, with players and bots together to make sure those mixed servers are always filled. For the players who want nothing to do with bots, there's also the option to disable playing with bots. I doubt that players will have to wait long for matches when they disable bots, but this is something to keep in mind. And that is all I wanted to share with you today. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you when I see you.